actual stream to see when it tells me that we're live. Okay, we are
Says you're
live.
live now,
Good,
so
good. Click to.
and I
Oh,
guess they
okay.
heard me, so
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, and I've got stream in there, and then we're gonna change to start soon.
yep, I usually just leave it there until the teams are ready to start draft for game one.
Yes, sir. Isn't letting me
So
generate a tournament code. Yeah, they should just.
no, it's not. We don't have it fixed yet.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna mute myself and use the restroom while we wait for everyone to join. Cool.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Mr. H is
Good
here.
luck.
Yeah. Thanks.
I'll be
Thanks.
watching, critiquing your every move in Twitch chat. So
Perfect. Perfect. That's optimal.
All right, good luck, sir.
All right. Thank you.
See ya.
something to test the balance. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, her professional mic is scary good. Oh, thanks. I'll try to be louder when cool stuff happens. I'm not great about getting excited. Oh, wow. Big play by Timo. And the crowd goes wild. Alright, we're gonna pop my Natty Light from last night. The only truly natural beer. Oh, I was actually gonna, I know that there's a key to victory, like, image somewhere. I was gonna make my own. Oh yeah, there's already slides? Okay. Template. I don't know how you feel about this template. I'm definitely going to forget to turn the music off when the game starts. If anyone hears the league client noises, that is the teams bickering over which side they want. I kind of want, like, another screen. It's like, do we have, like, an intro thingy? Like a, who's playing? OBS. Oh, we do have an intro. I don't think I want to press that. I think that's nothing. Excuse me. Can I edit this template? I cannot. Can I save it and edit it? I think I can. Okay, except I refuse to pay for Microsoft PowerPoint. So Open Office is not thrilled with it. So we might use Paint here. Kind of feeling some Paint. And if, oh, okay, sorry, that is Gigabyte. Sorry if I just flashbang the stream. Spectate. Okay. I would like to spectate. I'd also like to, yeah, I know. OBS. There's like 800 things open. Draft. Perfect. It looks totally perfect. All right. We are banning. I have no idea if I'm supposed to keep the music on or not, but I'm going to until I get yelled at. Game 1 overlay. That is a great call. I probably don't. Yeah, I think I do. Oh, turn them off. That is also a good call. Game 3 Fearless is on. Does that look any better? It looks better. Alright. Bans have started. I think I was promised by Slamurai some kind of help, but oh, okay. Apparently Sangi plays Pike and Vader plays Vigar. That is the mid support, and they are typing a lot, and I should just move this. I don't want to move it off the screen. I'm gonna break something. One is off. Well, you know what, it looks pretty close-ish. I probably don't need 400 of these open. Okay, we got some bands coming in. Pike, Pantheon, Aesol, Kindred, Vigar. So it looks like BW. I hope that's BW on the right. I'm sure that I've got the knowledge in my brain to go and figure out which is which team. Barren Wasteland is... okay, it's Barren Wasteland versus CUH Academy, but I don't know exactly which is on which side. So Vader is on the right. Vader is BW. Okay, we actually got it right. Okay. It's showing my full desktop. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. It would be nice if they stopped chatting here every 3 seconds. I'm not actually sure how to only capture only the draft, not my game. Or, yeah, not the whole desktop. Anyways, so a lot of really weird bans coming in. It looks like CUH is banning mostly mids. Looks like we got rid of some support, unless that's Pantheon top that BW is worried about. So we're going to get Sivir first pick, kind of wild. Jinx Lux, not a very standard bot lane. So these are probably just comfort picks, I would guess. You can hop in here if you want, Slamurai. I'm kind of just, you know, I don't know that if it's necessary 100%. I mean, it's working. It would be nice to just have this, but I'm not going to complain too much. Okay. Let's see here. Waiting on... Okay, we got Blitzcrank, P2 for CUH. So definitely looking to hook these women in the bot lane of BW. Waiting for pick 3. A lot of discussion going on here. And we're going to get a Vi. I'm guessing... I had a Vi top rundown on my rank games earlier, so I'm guessing it won't be that. I'm guessing this is a Vi jungle. So we'll see what we respond with on BW's side. I would guess that they're going to go for a jungler. They already had a Kindred band away from them, so if you don't get jungler here, probably guessing you're going to get 2 jungle bands thrown at you. We'll see. They already banned away CUH's top lane a Mundo pick, unless it's a jungle Mundo. And going down to the wire here, will we get... Okay, Poppy. Okay, last second Poppy pick. So, Barry getting its Vi. Poppy's just annoying in general. They already have Lux, so it could be Lux mid and Poppy support, but probably not. Actually, it could be Poppy top either, also. So, it's a pretty good flex pick for them. Strong against Vi, obviously. It doesn't really help against the other two, but just annoying ability in general. I'm gonna open paint and start drawing keys to victory. Let's see here. Okay, more bans coming in. BW is afraid of Silas to take the Lux Poppy R, I guess. I feel like that's pretty niche. If there's not a Silas player on the side of CUH, then I think there might be some overthinking here. So we're going to assume that CUH's got a Silas player. They don't want to see Mel, which I think is fair. I did have a dragon stolen from me by Mel's stupid execute yesterday. So, you know, let's ban that champion. Let's see here. Oh boy, okay, we're not gonna mess with that. Alright, Malphite ban coming in for CUH. Their bans are all across the board. I guess they got 3 mid laners, a jungler, and a top, so. Alright, and BW very afraid of the mid laner, looks like. They don't want to see Silas, don't want to see Vex. I don't know if Vex is the biggest. I guess you've got immobile champs, so I guess Vex is an okay ban. So we're gonna get first pick here for BW, 2 from CUH, and then the last from BW. BW really going down to the wire here. Gonna pick Morgana. Not a bad pick. I'm guessing that will be support and it will be Lux mid, but you could flex it the other way. There are certain people in chat that play Morgana mid to very great success. So kind of a lot of flex picks here on BW's side. The draft, not sure I love it. It's really a pick comp, it's looking like. They don't have a tank really. They don't have great team fights. Kind of just try to lock someone down and blow them up. So here's the mid laner CUH was afraid, or BW was afraid of for CUH. Ahri is going to get picked. Picking Ahri into Poppy, probably not the best feeling thing, but you know, it's if you stay away from the Poppy, you'll be all right. Also great into the mobile comp. You've got Jinx, Lux, Morg, all without the 2025 wall hopping invisibility abilities. So, and a Yorick picked up for Ka. That's wild. Okay. So they are looking to get a little bit of a split going on here. Probably not York jungle and Vi top. It's probably York top Vi jungle. And we'll see what BW goes here with last. They've got a lot of options. Poppy isn't bad into Yorick. You can E out of his cage of death. I mean his ghouls got buffed, so it's you don't one shot them anymore. And we're gonna get Cho'Gath, so that's almost definitely Cho'Gath top. You can eat the maiden, and I believe it just counts as a stack, like a champion stack. So I like the counter pick there. Get some action in the league client. And it looks like everyone's ready. So let me get rid of this. And then what's a cool thing to do here? I can do... Oh, I don't have a screen for this. I don't want to go back to starting soon, I think. Oh, keys to victory. I don't know if it counts as a non-minion stack or not. I'm not 100% sure. What does this do? Okay, we don't really want to do that. Well, we don't want the draft overlay either. Yeah, I don't really know what to put on the screen right now. So we'll just kind of watch this. This is what it looks like, for anyone who's wondering, when you're spectating a game. Sorry about the BL in the background. That's the cost of using this nice computer. Oh, and then I hear the music starting to... Yeah, okay. So now we got the league music going. I don't know what the optimal way to do this is. I don't know if we just watch and listen to this. Yeah, client music. I mean, honestly, the client music is a banger. It's just when you listen to it for, 18 hours a day, like some of us nerds do, it's probably not optimal. So anyways, getting the game ready. I could do, let's see here. Let me do this. Do this. Maybe this will be better. Oh, there we go. Okay. Keys to victory. All right. That's probably way too small. This is definitely not scuffed. Don't worry about it, guys. All right. Keys to victory. I think that BW, who is on the right, probably is looking for picks. It's tough to play around Jinx Morg early. I think we're into the 3-minute timer now, right? Okay, we got 30 seconds and then 3 minutes, I believe. So, don't dox yourself. Yeah. As long as you're not too worried about my fiance misspelling movies, I'm sure that's not on purpose. Then we're good. And you don't want some boy love. Anyways, beer love, boy love, beer league. You get it. So, we're probably looking for BW to scale. You got Cho'Gath scaling, Lux able to one-shot someone late game with R, Jinx scaling, obviously. Morg, I don't know how Morg scales, but we don't have to worry about it too much. And on the side of Ka, we've got York, decent scaling, buff recently to try and help out the early game. So York is definitely much more... I think York is... I don't know if a bully early game, but they probably scrap early with with Cho'Gath. Expecting maybe York to take TP Ghost as opposed to Cho'Gath's Flash TP. So there's a chance that that York can maybe run him down early. I'm expecting Poppy to probably path top, and Vi I could see pathing bot towards the Blitzcrank. Just leave the York on his lonesome until he gets level 6. So be interesting to see here. Obviously, we've got a lot of really good setup for the Vi with the RE charms. We get an RE flash charm into a Vi Q. You grab Lux's flash, and then you could probably just camper. I think maybe last week's games we saw a Lux camp going on one of the Luxes that someone was playing. So we'll see how this goes. Probably looking for some early game shenanigans. I don't know much about Morgana actually, as far as what you should start. Obviously Q is the higher threat. W will get you the push in bot lane a little better and get your mana flow band stacking. So we could go a couple different ways here. It'd be funny to see a Blitz hook into an RE start, and then RE kind of screws up her lane by starting E, at the expense of trying to go for first bloods. So there's a lot of goofy things that we can try and do here. Got about a minute left. I'm going to drink some water and some of my natural light. No sponsorship yet. Hello. And I don't know exactly how much you guys can hear from me. Hopefully you don't hear me, like, swallowing the liquids. That would probably be a little much. But it is a nice mic. Yeah, so we got probably 30 seconds here. It'll be interesting to see. I'm hoping that we see a good 5 point. I'm hoping we see Blitz starting with Sweeper. I think anytime you have any kind of invade or someone who likes brush control, I like seeing Sweeper over Yellow Ward. So we'll see. We'll see if they can get a good invade going here, or at least get some deep vision, perhaps. Oh, I should switch over to in-game. Great job, me. I don't know why this pops up every time. And hopefully the client starts working. Oh, and I think BW is on the right. All right, Cho'Gath should be, I think, on my right side. We'll see. I might have to fix the overlay. Okay, I've got Discord open. I've got OBS open. I've got the stream open. Very good, very good. Will the game load? Oh, I can look at their mastery. All right. So we got good mastery on Jinx. Ooh, we've got Glacial on Morg. Okay. Vic Jace Truther. Oh, boy. All right, they would love the BL background. I'm sure they're going to love watching this back. And Glacial on Blitz. Okay, so looking for a lot of CC here, as opposed to tankiness that you would get from Aftershock. Not that Morgana would ever go Aftershock, but then again, yeah, Glacial's pretty annoying on her. She'd have to play a little safe. I hope the game will eventually start. I don't think this is me. I think this is a client issue. So, Mr. Slammer Jack, if you see if this is an issue, let me know. I don't know how long this is supposed to take. Meanwhile, I'm going to try and switch the sides in here. And this will be BW. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to not try to mess with it too much because I really want to, but I'm going to try. I'm going to attempt not to. So, unable to download spectator data. Okay. Any recommendations here? Maybe now we want to jump into okay. All right. Oh, Keys of Victory. It's back up. Key to Victory, BL. You guys ready here first? Everything's great. Everything's going well. As far as name matchup, Vic Jace Truther, pretty intense. Brain Crane is a crazy one. They pause in the first few minutes. Oh god, not this again. Not the pauses. Hook Flame Prey is a solid name, not for a top lane Cho'Gath player. Oh, and we're in game. Vader used Choke, wild. Glass Crab, don't get it. Crease, don't get it. Beastly Hambone, not. Yeah, I don't know about these ones. So I would say BW's probably got the name advantage here. We've got some pings coming down. I think I need to like do all this stuff. All right. So we've got Cull start on Yorick. Wild scenes here already. No potion for Vi, even though she knows she's going for an invade. Oh, 4 Star Guardian skins on the side of BW. Okay, okay. Oh, they've got an early ward down, but there's no sweeper on the side of CUH. So, oh, we got some action here already for the Vi. Vi, use your Halo Blades. Oh, they just have Halo Blades. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, Vi may be getting caught out here. Lux and Poppy are onto her shenanigans. Good flash out by Vi, and she will survive. Potion is... Yeah, potions don't do damage, I've heard, so that's fair. Poppy with the sweeper. Let's go. Okay, Poppy's my favorite player so far. I know nothing about any of these players. I would love to have a bio on them or something, but I got laughed out of the building when I said that we should have all the players, so, you know, give us bios. So, got a Blitzcrank. Didn't really get a whole lot done. Got some deep vision, but that's why I really prefer Sweeper on these invading supports. So, oh well, it happens. I wish I could get rid of this part, but I don't know how to get rid of that part. Time controls? Oh, yeah. Maybe I'm afraid to get rid of it. I don't know. Let's try this. All right, Blitz looking for a hook already. Oh, big hook on the Jinx. Mort does not have Q, so a little bit of miscommunication there, but luckily Blitzcrank also took a pretty big chunk. So, change the player names instead of champ names? Yeah. Oh, we have champ names. We're good. So, Sivir starting W, looking for the early shove guarantee. I don't know if you want to start Q or W with Blitz, but either way, it looks like it's working out pretty well. They're going to get the shove, they're going to hit level 2 first. Oh, Yorick taking a big chunk already. He is feeling that Kulbai, and Cho'Gath is walking him down. I don't think he's quite got the... Yeah, okay. Doesn't quite have lethal there. Yorick's going to flash out, and if I was Yorick, I'd probably just teleport back, take the L. Oh, okay. We're gonna have a fancy foot test here. We do have Poppy in the area. Wow, auto spectator going wild right now. And we are splitting the map, which is not good for this Yorick. And Poppy not too interested in diving, it looks like. I think there was probably an angle there, but we're not too worried about it. I think Vi's about to walk top and realize that her Gromp is gone. So Poppy with a little bit of a cheeky invade, a little bit of early pressure. Will mess up her own clear a little bit. I think, yeah, it'll be a little wonky here. Especially looks like Vi realizes that her Gromp is gone and is gonna invade. So we'll see what happens here. We've got Vi walking behind Lux and charging up the Q. Will she flash Q? Oh, good charm. I don't know what Vi's cooldown on her Q is. I think she's thinking about it. Ari with the flash follow-up, and we don't quite have enough. So early Lux flash, this is kind of what I was talking about, is, you know, will we get some early flashes that we can abuse? So Lux flash already down. We've got Yorick flash already down, and Ari for the follow-up. Oh, big hook coming in? Not quite here. So Sivir just gonna walk the wave in. Gonna see if... Oh, good spell shield there by Sivir to keep her, and that'll give her a mana refund, so that will help Sivir's lane a lot. Jinx having a bit of a rough time. Sivir hasn't even used her potion yet. But overall, pretty even across the board. No real hijinks yet. Besides the split map, it is a little odd seeing Vi back down here. I think she's looking to get behind them. Maybe we do have a Blitz flash if we want to try and get a little freaky here. I'm guessing we're gonna see a Morgana shield here. Oh, no Morgana shield, and she is gonna get away with the flash. So good traps by Jinx to try and make sure nothing happens here. And good pressure from Vi overall. She will come out 1 CS below the Poppy, which looks like Poppy's on her wolves right now. So we're about to get Poppy a little bit of a lead. Yorick having a rough day. I get it. Only Boots and a call to his name. And Lux being able to look pretty good here in mid. She did teleport back, so she's at a teleport disadvantage, but she is up 8 CS. She's looking pretty healthy overall. We got Poppy walking down towards the dragon. Dragon is officially up. I think Poppy's just kind of hanging out. You know, no camps up, waiting for her bot lane to get back. Probably a good time for Poppy to reset and try to get back out on the map, especially with her Krug's coming back up top, but she looks pretty happy where she's at. So gonna get Cho'Gath making sure this wave crashes top, and you are gonna see how much of it they can collect. Ari going to teleport back. Maybe not the best thing to teleport into the middle of the lane. I'm thinking she's about to take a little poke here. She sure does. So that's going to hurt a little bit, but it will get her back. Maybe able to bait a little bit for the Vi, but oh, we're going to get a hook. The Poppy eventually did gank bot lane, and that is going to be first blood for the Sivir. We do have Vi coming down as well, so a lot of fighting here. Yeah, definitely shut down the Jinx ASAP. So Jinx did get her reset, but luckily immediately died. So pretty even trade right there. Ka will be up. Ka will come out on the upper end of it. Almost 1,000 gold up here. So a lot of scrapping still topside. Cho'Gath to start with the Bramble first. Pretty good purchase here, I think. Maybe you didn't need it this early, but I don't blame him. And I think we just saw Cho'Gath use his R and Lux use her R. So Lux low on mana, going to ult the wave, try and get out of there. Sho already R'd, so we know that Sho doesn't have R. So Yorick can try and push him in without any too much worry. We're gonna get scrap here over the dragon. I do forget exactly how to zoom out. Oh, Sivir is gonna get run down by the Jinx. So everyone really wanting this dragon. Is it control? It's like control shift X or something. Oh, okay. Blitz gonna look for a hook here. Not quite gonna land. And they did pull it out. So Vi is just gonna go back to her jungle. We've got some pretty good fights here. So, and with that dragon and the resulting kill on Sivir, the gold will be evened up. So very back and forth. Yorick seeing if he can get this push here. Ooh, Blitz hook just wide. Gonna get some poke a little bit under tower, but the Sivir boomerangs do hurt. So a little bit of poke going back. Cho'Gath R down for another 15-20 seconds. It looks like Yorick is paying a lot of respect to this Cho'Gath. Like I said, Yorick did get some early game buffs, but it's tough to know exactly how strong they are. And Yorick gonna flash out. Ooh, Cho'Gath gonna flash out. It looks like they're both content to just stay alive. So a lot of scrapping. I think they could probably use some more jungle attention up there, especially with the grub spawning. Oh, Cho'Gath looking to get freaky here. Okay. Oh, so he stayed in lane to use his ult, put it back on cooldown, and shove while Yorick goes down to the grubs. So we're gonna see if this half-health Ahri can zone away Poppy, and it looks like it's gonna be successful. So Cho'Gath being low on health, no ult. I spoke too soon. It looks like the Rend Caster Curse is still alive and well. We got Lux walking in, big ult. Ahri doing what she can, a little low on mana, and that was the absolute perfect Lux Q into Jinx R into Lux flash over the wall. Just as her flash comes back up from burning it early game, she did not get punished, and now she's the one doing the punishing. So great collapse there from BW after it looked like Ka had it pretty well sorted out. So we're gonna get a 1,300 gold lead from BW here. Really good comeback after that first bot lane play. Yeah, it looks like it's probably gonna be a little quiet for a while. We have, let's see here, Dragon spawning in 2 minutes 45. So probably everyone's gonna be chilling here until that comes up. Lux really just trying to keep this cryo, not wanting to be in a neutral wave state, it looks like, which is, I guess, fair. Flashes down. She's not gonna have any kill pressure without her ult, but she will be safe. Interesting. So she shoved the wave, which I would think that she was gonna back, but it looks like she's happy to keep trying to wail on the tower. So we got Tank Cho'Gath. Looks like we've got a probably Triforce Yorick coming up. Cho'Gath with a little bit of a CS lead. Vi a little bit of a lead in the jungle. Oh, and Poppy looking for a nice little lane gank here. I did not see if based on the pings, it does not look like Yorick knows that she's there. Unfortunately, I think Yorick just went to get some fruit. So Poppy's time will be wasted again. Ward did just walk by a control ward, but maybe she's not worried about it. So we've got a big lead in mid for Lux and a bit of a lead. Yeah, it's a pretty good lead down low for the Jinx. So early game. Oh, we've got a. Did not see the Ahri coming in here. Some great positioning by the Ahri with her R. Is gonna live, not gonna fall down to that ignite. We've got Sivir. Oh, the Blitz Hook with max range Blitz Hook is gonna finish off the Morgana, and Sivir's gonna see if she can kite this out. Poppy coming in, trying to save the day, is in a huge wave. Meanwhile, we've got Lux fighting Vi mid. Again, Lux does not have flash. Okay, so a lot going on all at once here. Don't worry, auto director, don't worry about top lane. Alright, so big win for the side of Ka here. We got a solo kill in mid, I believe. Good job Vi covering for the Ahri while she roamed bot. Usually those are not supposed to turn into kills, but it worked out. We got 2 control wards each on the jungler and mid for BW. Probably not necessarily have 2 each, but I like the idea. So a 400 gold lead here for Ka. Real back and forth game. You can see York. Oh, okay, yeah. Lux is just all about trying to ult these waves and keep the pressure up. So she is up almost. Yeah, she's up 30 CS. So it is working. Whatever she's doing is working. So Dragon's spawning in a little bit here, so we're probably going to get a lot of focus on the bot side of the map. As you can see, both junglers, bot side, both mids, bot side even. And Morgana may have overstepped here, and indeed did. So Morgana gonna go down before the drag spawns. These fights have been so back and forth that I'm not sure if how much it will matter, if it does matter. You know, I think Morg's had a pretty good impact so far, so I'm sure they'll miss her, but we'll see. We'll see if everyone plays, you know, properly, if you will. Cho'Gath's gonna keep. Cho'Gath gonna use that Halo Blades to get in there and get some dinner. He is going to have to get out through the baby cage and is just going to live. So, BW was able to use, or sorry, Ka was able to use that advantage with Morgana dead to grab the dragon. And meanwhile, BW's Cho'Gath is going to be able to get a couple plates and a kill up top. So, or one plate rather. Meanwhile, we've got jungle action going on here. Poppy may be a little overextended, but it is her own jungle, and her team's quick to get over here. Vi's going to flash over the wall. Blitz is getting a lot of CC. Vi's going to come back over the wall. Vi did put some damage down, but did end up walking into the Lux Q from over the wall. We're going to see if Ahri can get more resets than Jinx here. Ahri with the auto finishes and the... Okay, just barely able to kill the Jinx. So luckily... Jinx is looking decently fed, but sadly couldn't quite outlive long enough to get all of her resets. We've got York all-inning the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath R is back up. Uh-oh, he might just be looking for the maiden here. Yeah, and he is. Okay, he's going to get it and walk away. So I should have checked. I'm still a little nervous to check all the stackies and everything. So Cho'Gath has 2 minions chomp. Oh, and 2 pets. Okay, that counts as a pet. Okay. So yeah. So it doesn't count as... Yeah. So I think if that counts as a pet... Oh, okay. I should probably pay attention. Alright, looks like we got a flash Q here with a Poppy gank. Flash Q by Lux. Make sure that Ahri goes down. Ahri doesn't have R or Q. Or flash. So, rough day for Ahri in the mid lane. Put a lot of work in on that dragon play, but a little overextended without any of her mobility up. So, back to Cho'Gath. Okay, so he's got... Yeah, so that's 2 pet stacks. Auto director, you're killing me. Uh-oh. Blitzcrank looking here, going fishing. Oh, great fancy feat by Jinx. She's going to take the end of a Sivir Q on the way out, but overall, good escape. Will it be enough? Because we've got a Vi here, and Vi is looking for blood. Jinx is not quite going to get away. Great Lux Q coming in, try and save her, but will it be at the cost of Lux's own life? Gonna get an R at the last second. I don't know if it's to put damage down or try to get the wave. Morgana also gonna be in trouble here. So everyone trying to save their teammates and everyone in worse for wear because of it. Okay, and with that, Ka's gonna come up here and start the dragon or start the Rift Herald. The fighting really just never ends here. Okay. Oh, Blitzcrank with the great misdirection hook onto Morgana. Big Poppy R to get 2 people off of her back. Jigsaw coming in, and the fighting, will it ever end? Great work here by Ka to move as a team. And we'll have Vader. Oh no, we'll have double TP mid here. So take the minions, no! Okay, so double TP in here to make sure the Rift doesn't go down. Cho'Gath is a pretty tanky boy now. He rushed Thornmail, which is wild. I don't think I would have rushed Thornmail. I think I probably would have gone maybe Heartsteel or Warmogs first. But nonetheless, it looks like BW a little miscommuning here, if that's the correct word. Cho'Gath's gonna walk in front, try and tank up the hooks in case there are any. And wow, Blitzcrank, great patience there to look for the look for the Lux. Lux is very slippery though, big R, and Cho'Gath is just being a big tanky boy. Meanwhile, this is what I was trying to say, Jinx and Morg are on the bot side of the map taking towers. So not quite the communication that I would hope for, but it's kind of working out. We've got all 5 members of Ka up here now. Sorry, of Ka, yes. BW meanwhile playing the map pretty well. As you can see, they just got 2 towers thanks to Jinx being excited. So nothing happens up here for Ka. They are not able to force the objective. They got chunked a little bit too much by the very elusive Lux. And they're gonna pay for it. They did Ahri was able to get mid tower, so at least they got a little bit something out of it. But really big gold swing there for the side of BW. You know. Oh, okay. They are looking for this Ahri. A lot of deep vision here because they just took the bot towers, but gonna get everyone a little bit back to normal state here, back towards some normal lanes, I think. But Rift is still up and now Dragon spawning. So am I assuming that the action is gonna stop anytime soon? Probably not. So we've got Ka starting the Dragon here. We've got BW looking at the Dragon. Sorry, Ka starting the Rift with Cho'Gath R. I flipped it. BW is starting Rift. Ka. You guys see what's happening. It's all good. Anyways, BW will be able to nom that Rift Herald and get another stack for Cho'Gath, and Lux is just going to walk into the wrong bush. That is the wrong neighborhood, and she found out the hard way. So she will go down, and even though they do have vision on this dragon, I don't think it can be contested. Poppy is going to drop Rift here mid lane to try and get some more pressure down. Jinx Rocket going to be a little close to stealing it, not going to put too much pressure on at the end of the day. And Poppy here is, I think, driving into a place that she doesn't necessarily want to be. There is the Vi-R coming down, and this is going to be a Blitz hook to cancel the Poppy R, and Poppy drives into a building, and it does end up costing her life. So, should have a lull in the action here again. Whoa. Okay, that Cho'Gath is getting massive though. Swifties, Heartsteel, Thornmail, and not quite doubling York CS, but getting a little closer. So, yeah, a lot of gold disparities here. It is an even game now. Cho'Gath with a big lead, Vi with a big lead. Ahri has managed to catch up to the Lux. We've got Sivir with only 2 kills but 12 assists. So support Sivir looking great here. And we got Blitzcrank 4-0-10. So pretty wild game all around. We've got Morgana with the Seeker's Arm Guard. I know that we've got A to look at gold diff. Okay, I was lied to. I think it's X. But can someone ban that guy from chat because he lied to me? Just kidding. Not really though. So, we've got a Seeker's Arm Guard coming in here on the Morgana, which I know Samurai Jack is not a fan of, although he does play at mid. So we'll see if Morgana can use this to any effect, and it looks like she's about to have an opportunity because Blitz is sprinting in, flashing in, E-ing, drops the Q on the target that was not spell shielded. Great patience there again from Blitz. Ahri is following up. Morgana is able to get off the R stopwatch, but to what end? None is the answer. Jinx throwing a rocket here towards top. It won't quite get the Yorick. I think Cho'Gath was a little too scary. So we have Cho'Gath being a bully in top lane. We have Lux pushing mid per usual. Is this Ka? Ka will be able, even though their top and mid are looking a little rough lane-wise, they are going to be able to get this, unless Poppy has something to say about it. Poppy ults them out of the Otacon pit. Sivir ulted the minions here and is looking to try and follow up here. So Jinx is getting the ADC treatment again. We'll get flashed on, we'll get killed. Great backpedal by Ka. They managed to fly out due to the Poppy R, run back in, and handle business. What is it like Control Shift X or like Control Shift Z? Ah, there we go. Okay, now we can zoom out. All right, this is way, but how far can I zoom out? Oh, this is okay. We are in a blimp now. Okay, that's probably too much. All right, so Otacon gonna go to the side of Ka. Back up to a 500 gold lead for Ka. So real back and forth here. Let me press not A to look at the goal differences here. So Yorick having a bad time, which we already knew. You know, that's a very volatile matchup, and they didn't quite get the attention that I thought both junglers should have given up there. Big lead in the jungle here for the Vi. You know, she's been kind of all over the place. We've got a little bit of a gold lead, about 700 gold here for Lux. More KP on the Ahri though, so you know it looks like Ahri dropping some CS here to try and help out the team a little bit, which makes sense. We've got Jinx with a 1,300 gold deficit to the Sivir. Ahri found a very large monster in that bush. Oh, great predict by the Cho'Gath, but it looks like he's only going to be finding his death at the moment. A little overextended here, and really not much on the map to fight for the next minute, so I think Cho'Gath probably maybe wants that one back. But while he did pull the entire team of Ka up there, his team BW is able to get some work done bot. So they're going to take Ka's bot side jungle, they're going to take some minions, and they're going to look to pressure this tower. We'll see just if they can do any work here. Poppy running interference in the jungle, as you can see. Ahri trying to shove top while they do their shenanigans down here. But looks like Cho'Gath pulling the enemy's top is going to let his team get a nice little setup here for Dragon. So not quite the offensive vision I'd like to see for the side of BW. But they've, you know, at the very least, they've cleared out the vision of the enemy. So will they know that there's a lot of enemies waiting in this bush? It looks like they had a slight taste of it. Sivir are going to come in. Can't quite kill the maiden, so she's gonna run back to base. We got the Cho'Gath TP in. Ahri does not have TP. Oh, and Lux is gonna get R'd by Vi here. Morgana are gonna come in return, and just some trades of ults here. Not too much damage going down. Well, okay, I guess Lux Jinx look a little low here. And Vi may have overstepped here, and she is gonna be dinner for this large monster. Good spell shield by Sivir, and Poppy's going to pick up the dragon on the way out. So, really back and forth here. You know, as I said, Ahri did not have TP for that play. Her team did a pretty decent job of not overcommitting here. You know, they were never really going to get the dragon. And Ahri's going to be able to get this top tower, I think. Poppy's going to drop someone back to their base. The Jinx R is not going to do too much damage here, I don't think. Great spell shield by Sivir. And Ahri's looking for blood in the top lane. It is only a Jinx, but it is a 2-item Jinx. So if Ahri cannot get her full combo off, and then some, I would assume, I don't think you've quite got the full damage to kill there, then Jinx is just going to run her down. But again, they both back off, both happy to keep their lives and try and keep fun a little bit. Mr. H teaches just wants both teams to have fun. I'd be okay with that. Someone does have to win at the end of the day, and it is currently looking in favor of Ka with about a 2,500 gold lead. Dragons are even across the board. Ka does have Otacon buff advantage, which, if anyone doesn't know, Otacon buff is when you kill someone, their body explodes. It also gives you some adaptive force, which is AD or AP based on what you're building, and it gives you a little bit of experience. So you're going to get chunked out here by the Lux. Unfortunately, York's a tanky boy, and Lux has 2.5 items, almost 3, but not quite going to be enough damage. Blitz is looking at pulling this massive beast towards him, and he does so successfully. Shogun's going to take half the health pretty quickly, actually. Pretty impressed with that damage, but will it stick? Will it matter? BW looks like they want this fight. Shogath getting charmed up, walking in, will try to get his R off before he dies, and Shogath's going to walk away just barely. We got TP coming in here from Yorick. Lux tried to stop it, but could not. And now we've got a Yorick and his maiden running at the ADC of BW. Can't quite get to her, but she can't quite get a shutdown, or a reset, rather. So, great TP in by the side of Ka. And they managed to wipe BW again. So again, back and forth as usual. Ka will be at a almost 4k gold advantage, and it will be even more if they get this Baron, which it looks like. Oh, Lux is gonna have something to say about it. Blue ward comes in, so Lux has got a pretty good idea of the health of this thing. But Ka's jungler is dead, so this is very stealable for this Lux. Ooh, and her ult's gonna go down just 500 health too early. Great try there by the Lux, but Ka is able to persist and get it done. So, now we got Baron in the pocket of Ka, and a 5,000 gold lead just about. They're going to see if they extend that with this Baron buff, but it's going to come down to teamwork here. So let's see if they've got any of that in their bag. Vi's clearing her jungle, not I love to see with Baron, but her team is still getting out of the map, so she's got a little bit of time. And Blitz is fishing here, gonna hook into the Morgana spell shield. Everyone's got the fancy feet going on right now, except for Blitz, who's going to walk into that a little bit. Oh, and there goes Sivir. Okay, so we've got Jinx and Sivir both gonna go down. Both ADCs dead here. We've got, I think, more power in the Lux Morgana as far as lockdown and damage. Ahri's pushing bot with Baron. Love to see it. Poppy, really tough for Poppy to do anything here, unless she's going to ult the wave away. Oh, okay, she's going to go for the Ahri. I maybe would have gone for the wave there. Either way, not going to get too much done here. A lot of gold in Ahri's pocket. And she's going to back off. She knows that Poppy's got some help coming in here. And, yeah, York looking to do some work up top. A little bit of a crazy map right now. 3 cannons down there is crazy. Alright, York has his Leandries done. I love Leandries on York. I don't know about Leandries plus Triforce, but it should do a pretty good chunk of damage to this Cho'Gath here. Oh, and we've got a Lux walking in behind the York. I think York is about to be in trouble here. He is going to get put in the baby cage. Cho'Gath is rather, and yeah, there. Cho'Gath, Chomp coming down. It is going to go to Lux in the end, so he's not going to get credit for the stacky. As we all know, stack is very important. You get a Heartsteel stacky, but not the Chomp stacky. Poppy gonna find herself a little caught out here. Her team was just top, trying to put it to that Yorick, and I think she got here maybe 15 seconds before her team. Ahri looking to try and flank here, but good TP from Lux to make sure that that did not come to fruition. So, BW using a lot of resources top. Obviously behind the play now, got to the dragon first, and they have to, BW has to have this massive monster face checking all these bushes. The monster will face check, will take a lot of damage. We'll see if they've got the CC here. Unfortunately, we've got Vi ulting the Jinx and Jinx going down. That is most of BW's damage here. Poppy, okay, Poppy going in a little deeper than I would have preferred, but she was able to set up the big Lux R. So Lux gets a trade kill back. I think is okay. Yeah, Vi just scaring her off the tower here. Lux wave clear really good. That the one issue with BW or sorry, Cuz Siege here is that there's some really good wave clear on the side of BW. So even with that Baron, you can see they were really not able to get much. You got to go through a big tanky Void Beast. You got to go through some Lux abilities every half second, and you got to go through Jinx, who now has a Runeance Hurricane, which I think is a decent shot here. You've got 3 melees on the side of BW, and you've got a lot of minions to clear. So I like the Runeance purchase here. Gonna be a little bit of a stalemate here, I think. Looks like we're probably just gonna see if anyone can get a pick here. Oh, okay, Vi is gonna find the very large Shogath. He was looking at Sivir, and Vi was looking at him. So, gonna be a little bit of a scrap here. Shogath still lumbering menacingly towards the team of Ka. He is gonna get that spell shield. Very annoying for Ka to deal with. And BW is going to manage to wrestle back the control of their jungle. There wasn't anything to take anyways, so I don't know how fruitful that was, but they did it as a team, so I'm glad to see it. Morgana did finally get her boots. She's got her tier 1 boots. So you probably want to get boots a little earlier in this against the Blitzcrank with, not Swifties, what are these things called nowadays? Synchronized Souls, which make you V-fast, as the kids would say it. So Morgana finally got her boots. She was putting a lot of faith into that spell shield early game, and to be fair, she was doing pretty well with it. So we're gonna walk up into Lux's face and test out her hands. She was able to spell shield the Lux Q. Lux stops the ult the wave, and it gets her caught. So we've got Vi R, Ari R coming through here. Vi looking for more blood, trying to kill the massive beast under its own tower, and is going to think better of that, and I think that is the correct part. So, a lot of picks coming in here from Ka. Ari, Vi R, and Blitz Q, all very dangerous to deal with. And per their game plan, they get a pick or two, and it spreads the defense of BW thin, and you're going to get Yorick just going ham on this tower now. Yorick has a tunneler here. Is going to get collapsed on by Poppy. See if you can walk it off. I mean, Yorick is not a thin boy. So Poppy actually might find herself in trouble here. And she does indeed. And great collapse by Ari here. The rest of the team... Oh, we got Sivir coming and Jinx coming. So we'll see if we can get anything else out of this. There is no tower there. So BW is a little overextended in their own base, believe it or not. But it looks like Ka is going to do the smart thing. Slam on the brakes a little bit and backpedal to Baron. Great vision. I know Mr. H said it was a bit of a vision diff here, and it is certainly looking that way. Cho'Gath is behind this place, so they don't have their normal face checker, massive beast to walk up here. Morgana gonna sacrifice herself, try and get some vision. She did indeed get a little vision, but it wasn't quite enough. That Jinx rocket was very close to ceiling. So I think that was probably worth Morg's life. You're pretty far behind here. You've got to try and make something work. Flash R coming in from Vi. Max range onto Lux. Lux just caught herself a little bit overextended there, just by an inch maybe. But that Vi R is going to connect. So we've got Cho'Gath almost getting caught here. The Sivir Boomerang's almost finishing off with the bounces, actually. Cho'Gath's going to have to limp back to base, get some more health. Sivir is really just walking in and crushing these waves. Wow! Okay, that was a massive bounce. I'm pretty sure that was Jinx's question mark ping, just thinking, how could that bounce have killed me? That is wild. And Blitz going back to work. They are now working on this tower. Poppy and Cho'Gath are going to try to mount a defense here. Poppy is somewhat tanky, but not quite enough. And, Cho'Gath, I just don't know if he's got the tankiness to deal with this. We've got Lord Dominic's Regards on Sivir. He's going to be shredding a lot of that armor. We've got Leandry's on Ahri, which you don't usually see, but it does make sense in this tanky team. So Cho'Gath doing what he can here. Luxar going to come in. Big Luxar onto the Yorick, but unfortunately will not be enough as the defense. And Ka will come out with the victory. So big 1-0 win for Ka here. Wonder how Black Shield works on. Oh yeah, I'm not sure, Samurai. Alright, so we've already got the next lobby set up. Excellent job by the squads. Alright. Alright, oh wow, okay, we are on it. These teams are not messing around here. So let me do the OBS thingy. Draft. Okay. I think this is right. I think it looks good. Oh wait, why is this still up here? I think this is fine. Anyways, put some music on. Put some Twitch chat on. Put some draft on. All right. What are we saying? What are we saying over here in the client? Where did my client go? There's my client. Okay, so it looks like we've got the draft lobby, but we're not quite ready to draft. So we're chilling. We're chilling. Keys to victory. Do a little review. As you can see, I was completely correct in my guess. There were indeed keys to victory, and there was a victor. So I'm looking 1-for-1 there. I'm going to go on mute and finally take a drink of water and my almost full Natty Light, which is going to be great now that it's warmed up a bit. So while we wait for this draft to start, let's just listen to some tunes. Whenever K is, and K... oh, I should be in spectate. Okay, and draft has started. So I'm just going to let you guys watch the bands while I take a drink real quick. Okie dokie. This looks a little weird, right? We've got like the name here, but the name here. I feel like this is supposed to go away. So Slammer, if you have any input into why this looks a little wonky, I would take any advice. But same bands coming down here. So we've got Ka banning out, Vigar, Aesol, and Kindred. We are going to get the same two bands for support here from BW. The Pantheon and Pipe, kill lanes, obviously. Oh, someone in here?
Here. Yeah, sorry, let me jump in here.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think you have the game one overlay turn invisible. So it's just showing.
Oh.
Yeah, you do. So go ahead and click on the eye icon there.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Oh, good job. I try. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
Unfortunately, the stuff doesn't line up quite right, but now at least they won't see everything on your computer. So.
Yeah. All right, yeah, this is a little goofy. My fiance's badass monitor and setup. She's got a very big screen to watch her boy live on, so sorry, the graphics don't quite line up. Thank you for the save, Slammer Jack.
Yep.
I knew that.
All right, have fun with game 2.
Yeah, I'll have a blast.
See ya.
All right, and I believe the sides are still correct, and I would assume so since we have the exact same draft coming in. So, anyways, we see BW with the Blitzcrank ban. I don't blame them. He had a very, very good game last game. I don't think it was quite only the difference. Obviously, Cho'Gath was a bit of an issue. Actually, Cho'Gath was on BW. Cho'Gath definitely had a great early game, but I think got a little outscaled in the side lane to Yorick. And yeah, I mean, the Vi Ahri combo was just kind of running rampant, if you will. But they're not going to look back to Ahri this time. They're going to look for Hui Jarvan. Jarvan, really popular in Beer League, fearless or not. I've seen it in a lot of games here. And then obviously just a strong jungler overall, you know. EQ, R, put people in the pit. You've got Hui's AoE. So you got a couple circles over on the side of Ka already. We love circles in League. Jinx Morg again for the bot lane. So they liked the combo. They didn't think the combo was the issue. And we'll get a Fizz. Okay. Annoying champion. Not quite as annoying as Nico. But Fizz not seen play very often. So I'm guessing that BW's mid laner here just got this as a little pocket pick. Can be really strong if the Fizz gets going. So I would hope to see an early game jungler here on the side of BW to get Fizz popping off a little bit. I don't know if you really want to path towards Jinx Morg. I guess you can. They have an okay setup, but I'm guessing we're either gonna hang out on the bot side of the map to try and help Jinx Fizz get fed, and you just leave your top lane on an island. Or you're gonna let Jinx and Morg try to scale and stay safe, and then you're gonna play for top crap, things like that with Fizz in your top laner. So either way, I'd like to see an aggressive jungler here from BW. I think Ka, obviously we've got a little more of the consistent scaling with Hui Jarvan. The Sivir I thought was very strong, so I don't blame them for picking it again. Anyone who doesn't know, this is not the Fearless Beer League. So there are two different ones. There's Fearless and there's not Fearless. So this is the technically lower division, but they're still good games. And we're going to get BW banning Lux and Yorick. So interesting that they played Lux last game and don't want to be against it here. Especially with a Morgana. You would think that they'd be okay with spell shielding some of the Lux abilities. So maybe that's probably, actually, I guess it could be Hui support. Maybe they're worried about Fizz going into the Lux. Not sure here. But anyways, bans are going to come through. Cud doesn't want to see Poppy or Malphite. Interesting. I feel like, okay, that's probably more for their top and mid. You know, Hui obviously doesn't want to see a Malphite R. Sivir can always spell shield it, but alas. Okay, so some interesting bans coming in here. It sounds like they probably have scouted each other and know a little more than I do, which is probably accurate. Alright, so the pick 4 here for BW before Ka gets back-to-back picks. It'd be Jin Zhao. Okay, so they did get their early game jungler. I like to see it. Hui is a bit... Hui is a tricky champion to play. And can be very, very vulnerable. This doesn't have any mobility. But it's starting to look a little bit like the Hui's support. If this is a Galio mid, he is an anti-mage by lore and design, so he will have a pretty good time against Fizz, and even necessarily against Jin Zhao. And I'm guessing you can't play Galio support, but they have kind of nerfed it with his flash combos recently, the last couple of years. So I'm guessing it's Galio mid, so this should be their top laner. I would hope to see something maybe tanky. You've got enough AD, you've got enough AP. You kind of want some setup to help Jarvan get fed, I think. Or you go Rumble and put people in Jarvan's baby cage and then put a Rumble ult on top of it. And, you know, you got some pretty good damage there. Not very tanky. Actually, they're pretty tanky too. I kind of like Ka's squad right now. BW, I think, probably needs a tank top here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to Cho'Gath. I don't think the Cho'Gath pick was an issue last game. Might have a rough time into Rumble, but might not. You know, it's kind of a 50-50 matchup. Okay, we're gonna get a Darius. That is wild. Okay, so Darius for the team of BW looks like they maybe are trying to shut down this Rumble. It obviously could be a Rumble mid Galio top. It's not out of the question. Do I have to do anything here? I think I'm just gonna say R, just so I know. Anyways, waiting for the game to start here. Yeah, pretty crazy draft on the side of BW. They picked Jinx to scale, you know. Jinx is just kind of strong overall in the meta right now, but then you got this real early mid-game combos with Fizz, Jin Zhao, and Darius. So it's been interesting to see how this goes. I think Ka has the better overall comp. I like their, you know, they also scale very well with Rumble R, Hui, Sivir. Obviously, we saw Sivir boomerangs popping people from a mile away last game. And I think Galio's is a really good, really fun champ. I probably need to write that down on my list that we'll play him more often. So... looks like we're waiting for Ka to get ready here. We're missing... Oh, Vic Jace Truther is not quite ready. So, give that a little bit longer. Looks like he almost got ready there. Keys to victory here. Hold on, I think... How should I... Oh, okay. Alright, so everyone's ready. It looks like we're about to get in a game. Obviously, that means that I've still got like a 3 or 4 minute delay based on how the client feels. So, we got the intense music now. Turn off this. Thank you again, Samurai Jack, for that music suggestion. And we're just gonna see the normal bands and stuff coming through here. I wish there was an easy... Actually, I'm sure there was an easy way for me to mute this on stream, but we won't worry about it. Okay. OBS. I think maybe we do this. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna just have this in the background because I don't have a better idea. Keys to victory, as you can see here on the screen. I think we've got, on the side of BW, we're down a game. The early game was very back and forth last game, so I don't think it was ever really out of the reach until maybe, you know, probably the second Baron play. You decline with the volume mixer. Okay, let's yeah, we're getting that's getting a little wild. We're just gonna listen to this. It's not too bad. Yeah, you really want to have a strong early game here with BW. You could invade. You could do maybe Jin Zhao E to slow them. Darius pull. Not that you want to start E on Darius, but it could work. You could start. I know that Morgana started Q last game, so we could look for a Morgana flash Q. Don't try to Q flash. It works on Lux, but not Morgana. I tested it. And yeah, I think BW. I think the first 10 minutes is gonna be really, really important for them. If they misstep, get a little too aggressive, or fall behind, it is gonna be a very uphill battle. Ka has got silver scaling. Again, I think Ka's ADC showed that they pilot Sivir pretty well, and definitely ended up carrying the late game once they had 3 or 4 items there. Hui, tough champion to use. Very annoying. Can be very strong. Also, I believe Hui has support. So, we'll see just how good. There's going to be a lot of push advantage here for Sivir. For Sivir Hui. Morgana, honestly, you could make it a case for Morgana to start W here to try and help push back a little bit. But maybe you just start Q and just accept that you're never going to be able to push Sivir Hui. Especially with Sivir starting W last game as she did. So, Jarvan might see a level 2 gank here. Probably not anything too crazy. You could see early ganks out of Xin Zhao. Galio Rumble, pretty strong, pretty consistent laners. It'll be interesting to see where they go here. I'd like to see, I think, both teams path top here. I don't know if we've really got the kill pressure that we need for Hui Sivir. Outside of Morgana landing a Q into Jinx WE, her traps, her little trappies. I don't know if you've really got the kill pressure to follow up down there. So I'd like to see both junglers path top and start scrapping here, I think. So as you can see, we got a 3-minute delay here. Just waiting for the teams to... Well, I guess the teams are already getting into it, so we just gotta wait for the delay. I'm sure that there's got to be a way to turn the spectator delay off or down. But, yeah, that's beyond my technology. So, 2.5 minutes here. Everyone get up and stretch a little bit. Like I said, BW, they're really putting pressure on themselves to rise to the second game and close it, not close it out, but basically close it out in the first 15 minutes. You need Fizz shoving and roaming. Maybe we get some Morgana, Jinx, Jin Zhao, Fizz dives bot lane. Maybe you can get Darius fed, or at least get him shoving the wave, and we got, Jin Zhao, Fizz, and Darius invading top jungle. They're going to have to get a little creative here, and they're going to have to get very aggressive. So this will be interesting to see how this goes. And, I guess you've also always got the fallback on Jinx, where, I think she hit 3.5 items last game. If she gets 4, or if she gets full build, one reset, and that can completely change the fight. So we'll see just how this goes. But I'm gonna mute for a minute or so and let everyone put the music back on. Listen to music for a minute until this actually starts back up.
Prime Day llega del 8 al 11 de julio con grandes ofertas.
Okay, that wasn't necessary. I'm not gonna pay for YouTube Prime or whatever it's called, but we don't have to do that right as I start the music back up. And we're back. Okay, let me put some music. Let me get into the game here. All right. Control Shift Z zoom out. Okay, now we're in a little bit. Maybe that's a little too far. Oh, okay. So, game 2 starting here. Maybe probably won't have any hijinks here. Level 1. Oh, wait, we got some Oracle lenses here coming in. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, Fizz purchased it and then unpurchased it. Well, it's not purchased, but you get the point. Okay. Are we going ham already?
Say hello to my friends of varying sizes.
Okay, Emet looking strong here. Not too much happening. Jarvan looking for some early vision, and they will get it. So he's gonna drop his ward back, maybe pick up a sweeper. I'd love to see it. I think that's the only reason he would be backing. Let's go. Okay, got some good vision options here. I'd like to see maybe a sweeper bot lane, but maybe you don't need it. Actually, I could see bush control being strong for Morgana, but I guess you're going to be getting pushed in anyways, so maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's better to have the vision to know when they're going to shove in and then look to back. So, anyways, probably won't be a leash here. It's 2025 and jungler Pokemon do all the damage they need to anyways. Gonna get Q start here from Galio, W start here from Fizz, Way looking for a little cheese, and yeah, Sivir wasting no time getting a pushing. Jarvan did not buy a potion because they don't do damage, which is a joke for anyone who didn't watch League. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt him. Probably won't, but we'll see. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of this. It's very annoying. I feel like I can just get rid of that. Alright. Alright, so as I said, Way Sivir just gonna pushing probably a little too fast. They don't only have a, as you can see, now they're level 2 and they don't really have a whole lot of room to push their lead because the wave's under the tower. So they can't really do a whole lot with this push, but it'll be annoying at the very least. I did see that Vic Chase Truther is a Morgana main, so it's interesting that they didn't ban the Morgana away. You know, maybe they're not afraid of it. I don't love Morgana as a champion just in general, but, you know, still, it's their main, you know, they're still comfortable in it. Fizz gonna get chunked out here, you know, anti-mage, Galio gets his, magic resist shield, pretty early on, so it's a bit of a tough day for Fizz. Definitely a counter matchup. Darius out farming the Rumble. No one used any potions in top lane yet. Fizz having a bit of a rough time mid, but that's to be expected. And Jinx doing pretty well on farm, considering she's had to farm under tower most of the time. So good 3 minutes for both teams so far. Morgana does not have her spell shield leveled yet, I don't think. So good job using the level 3 spike there by Sivir Way to put some extra damage down. Oh, Fizz got out, but then went back into the Galio taunt. I think maybe not quite what he was trying to do there, but he will be able to get out. So he's gonna flash out. A little bit of a rough day because, you know, when you start with Ignite, you want to be having the kill pressure. But this is pretty much how we expected the mid lane to go. It is, like I said, it is a counter pick, and Fizz really needs, you know, probably level 5 or 6 before they can really start going. Oh, Jinzhao's gonna walk into the Jarvan here. So Jinzhao okay to kite it out. Jarvan's gonna leave his teammate behind, but it looks like no one really wants to fight too much. I don't think they quite know how strong each 2 versus 2 is. So maybe they aren't quite feeling scrap. Morgana going to walk forward here, try and save her Jinx. Almost going to lose her life in the process. And it's going to be a little bit of a rough start here. But as I said, you know, Cuz got some strong laners here. So it's just going to be a bit of a struggle in this early lane phase. BW really, they need to hit these level 6s and try to get some stuff going, get their mojo working, you know, get out of these rough lanes as soon as they can. They're really, I think BW really needs to try and start shoving and looking for some jungle scraps, because you really want to toss the game up and get it going a little crazy here. Yeah, I think Fizz might, yeah. Fizz might have kill pressure there, and he certainly does. So Galio, overextending just a little bit. I don't think he quite understood Fizz's damage, which I don't blame him for because Fizz is not played very often. So you see the Fizz damage there a little bit on display, and that's exactly what he needed. He needed to get going early. So BW is going to use this early pressure with that kill and the reset timer to start the dragon. Unfortunately, they're going to get found here, and we are going to get a scrap here. So Sivir ghosting, starting to go to work on Morgana. Jarvan and Jin's out both in the pit. Jarvan is able to steal it, and now we've got a scrap ensuing. So they run down Jin's out. They run down Morgana. They run down Jin's out. Jinx is trying so hard to get this reset, and oh, there it is. Okay, so she gets excited. A lot of flashes coming in. I think Fizz is going to try to survive, but not quite able to. Okay, so BW really looking for an early lead there. I think they maybe wanted to bait Ka into the dragon area without really committing. I think they took a lot of dragon damage there. It'd be interesting to see just quite how much work the dragon did to all of the players there. So either way, they got Jinx to kill. You know, they got that's about it, honestly. They got Jinx to kill. So not the end of the world, but definitely not exactly what BW was looking for. So Darius gonna slow push this wave in, see if he can get all the blue minions to kill the red cannon, and he certainly did. He even tanked a Rumble E to make sure that minion died. He probably doesn't have any kill pressure here. You know, Jarvan's hanging out top, so I don't think there's gonna be any dive. Ooh, one more auto, and I think Jinzao would have had the knock up there on Galio. Maybe they could look for something, but Jinzao does not do any magic damage, so you can see that Galio's magic shield is still alive and well. So he's just going to walk into Fizz's face and take a little chunk. Probably didn't have to do that, but either way, you know, he knows he can. I don't know exactly the timer on his magic shield. Okay, it's very short. That is crazy. 5 seconds? He really gets it every 5 seconds? Oh, no, that's his auto. 11 seconds. Okay. Uh-oh. We've got Fizzar coming in here. Galio with a great flash away, and Fizz cannot quite get the kill off. His Ignite is still down, as you can see. So, great counter gank. Oh, sorry, not counter gank, but great gank there by Jarvan to save his mid laner and keep this Fizz from getting too out of hand. I don't know why we're watching these minions crash on the tower. Okay, this is a little better. So, Jinx using that kill and her items to get a little bit of a lead here, or try to catch up rather. Wow, Sivir is going top to start. Oh, Jinx is under the tower. Okay, all right. So almost killing Rumble here. We do have a lane swap, so I missed that while I was trying to catch up with everybody else. Meanwhile, the lane swap is going to have a Fizz running at it. He does not have art, but he does have his Ignite up, and this Darius is looking to push cheese. I think Sivir and Hui are going to be in a lot of trouble here. We get one Darius dunk. His auto will, I think, full stack the bleed, and he will get another dunk. So Darius, looking like he's in Game 7 of the NBA Finals right now. Get a lot of good dunks, and they're going to find a Jarvan here, I think. I don't know who's scarier here, the level 6 Jarvan with more health or the level 8 Darius with not much health. I think we just found out, though. So, again, this is exactly what I wanted to see from BW. Get aggressive. Don't necessarily start the objectives, but get Ka to tank the objectives and get them to tank their lead. And they certainly have, because BW has got a lead now in this game. So, good skirmishing on the side of BW. Yeah, we've got no objectives spawning here for the next minute and a half or so. So, we probably don't want to see a lull. We don't want to just farm here. If you're BW, you want to shove these waves in and try to get scrapping. Unless you're Fizz, though, because that looks like it hurt a lot. Rumble does have his Faded Ashes, which is damage over time effect. Help out with the wave clear, help out with the poke. Rumble just a very strong laner historically, and that I don't think that's changed much lately. Unfortunately, it looks like Jinzao's probably getting ready to full clear as all of his camps are coming back up. There is a dragon in a minute, so we probably want to be, if you're BW, I think you want to try and scrap here. Try and get some deeper vision for the dragon coming up. You know, Darius has TP, not Ghost, which is a little wild, but it's working out because he's a 30 CS lead on the Rumble. I'm catching up a little bit, catching that mid wave, but not quite enough. So we're gonna see how annoying Hui is as a champion. Even with Morgana Shield, you know, his AOE, his ability cooldowns are just kind of wild. So we'll see what happens here. We've got Jarvan behind BW, and Ka is gonna get the jump. So they are gonna get 2 kills here on BW right before the dragon spawns. So BW just caught on their back foot a little bit. I think Rumble is in dive range here. If we get an auto W from Darius, I think Darius may be trying to... Oh, I think Rumble might have ulted the wave, because Rumble ult is down. Usually when you ult the wave as Rumble, you ult and then you just immediately back. But he stayed away. He stayed around a wave longer than he was supposed to, I think. This trying to pressure this wave in a little bit. He's got Jin Zhao behind him, but I think they're maybe realizing they can't quite contest this dragon. Fizz is going to have a look, but Jin Zhao's topside with Darius, so... I think Jin Zhao's just going to look for some camps here. They're going to say, okay, we couldn't get... Oh my gosh, we couldn't get here, but it does not matter as Jinx Rocka is able to steal the dragon. So that is huge for BW, making sure that Ka can't get 2 dragons in a row on the board. So Ka will get no dragon, and they will also lose a topside camp here. Great. Okay, that was good. Good little mechanics from Fizz here. Obviously, you're never really going to win the trade there with an anti-mage, but good trade nonetheless. Jin Zhao is going to fight the Jarvan here, and Jin Zhao, not the Grand Duelist, but a good duelist, is gonna manage to get the Jarvan down. So we've got the very scary Darius and a decently scary Fizz here. Darius is gonna walk this Galio down, let him bleed out, and Darius is gonna walk over and try to finish the Rumble. Can't quite finish the Rumble, but Rumble couldn't quite finish the Fizz. So overall, pretty good outcome here for BW. They got a couple kills, they got the dragon. They didn't really lose too much besides their Jin Zhao. 0-3-2 Jin Zhao does not feel great, but you know, I think he's doing the best he can to impact the map pretty well here. So Jarvan instantly sees that his Rumble's ward spot out of control, so he's going to go clear that before he takes his topside camps. Unfortunately, that does let them know that Jarvan's topside. Jin Zhao, I think, tried a lane gank here, and it didn't quite work out. This Rumble is having a tough time with this Darius under tower, and as you can see, the Q on the way out will give Darius a little bit of healing, another Triumph heal, and Rumble are not quite able to deal with him. So I know how scary a Darius can be when he's fed in the top lane, and we're seeing that right here. Triforce Darius already 100 CS, looking strong. So he's going to do some work on this tower. He is going to get put in the baby cage. Very important that Darius does not auto the Jarvan here to take tower aggro, but it won't matter. That Jarvan ult, and I think he might have EQ'd as well, just taking out the wave and the Darius. So big shutdown. Darius overextended a little bit there. My caster curse is working fantastically still, because that was a pretty solid Darius shutdown that just went over to Jarvan. As you can see, Galio kind of freezing the wave there. I don't know if it's really going to do too much because he's got a wave clear item, so it's just going to go back in. But Sivir here looking... She's going to ult, and then we're going to get a wave flash. Morgana spell shielding the Jinx very selflessly, but it will get the Morgana killed. So Jin Zhao here a little bit late. Hui's snipe the long range QW, not gonna find Jinx, luckily. But that was a big play. Great job by Sivir realizing her damage and that they had a kill opportunity there. And now here comes Jarvan to make sure that that no one clowns with his bot lane while they're getting a couple plates here. So probably a good time to look at some gold. So we've got a 2K 2,300 gold lead for Darius on the top. Not too bad. It's gonna hurt in the 1v1, but you know, Rumble at the end of the day, if he presses R in a team fight, he's feeling pretty good. Oh, as we say that, does Darius have... Darius has boot too, so does Rumble, but Rumble's just gonna flash out. And I think they probably both had an equal chance of catching each other, so I don't blame Rumble for flashing there. Stay alive, get your first item. You know, you're pretty behind, and he knows it, so. This good trade there onto the Galio. He's finally, you know, kind of getting used to the trade patterns. I think, you know, both those champs not played all that often. Galio definitely more than Fizz, but I'm sure they don't see each other that often. So, big gold lead up in the top lane. Sivir is gonna get the bot tower and move top. So really good rotations coming here from Ka. Perfect timing getting that tower just in time for Rift Herald to spawn. Yeah, I don't think we need to be watching the Jinx. Jinx is gonna take Morg. Okay, Jinx Morg. We saw this last time. I don't know. I've seen this one before. So Jinx Morg, they're gonna leave them down there to get a tower back in revenge, and get a push going. Luckily, this time Cut is a little bit more ready for it. They're gonna send Rumble down to cover, but in the meantime, we've got a scrap going in top lane river. So BW gonna be looking for some kills here. I said they had to have a strong early game. They're a little bit past that. We're at the 15-minute mark, but we've still got some action coming in. Darius gonna try and stay alive. Jin Zhao feeling bloodthirsty. Sivir gonna flash away and try to kite out the Darius. Big heal coming from Darius. I think if you got one more auto on the Sivir, she would have bled out to the Ignite. Ignite and Darius bleed. Uh-oh. I think we're gonna have Hui finding Fizz here, and Fizz just couldn't quite get away. So again, we've got Cut. Great play there, great macro play, setting their bot lane top, but they just could not get it to work. And yet again, BW gets away with murder. Their Jinx Morgana taking towers in the bot lane, almost getting that entire tier 2. So it looks like they're taking a little pause, talk things over, figure out what they want to do. If it was me, I probably don't know. I think if Sivir's already down here, you might as well go for drag, or at least contest vision a little bit. I think they already had the vision top a little bit, so I think probably just stay top if it's me. But anyways, they're gonna walk towards dragon, and it looks like Jin Zhao is either not prepared for this or not willing to fight for it, and they are just gonna give Cloud this dragon. Wait, Jinx Rocket? Jinx Rocket? Oh, Jinx Rocket's down. Okay, we're not gonna get another steal here. So Cuz finally gonna get their second dragon. BW is on Rift, but I don't know how fast Jin Zhao really takes it. So Jin Zhao might need some help up there. Darius is going to finally walk down, at least provide a little support. Good emote coming in from Fizz here. I feel like I emoted probably way too much in my 2 Bear League games that I've had, and I feel like not enough people do it. So we're going to get some pressure here on mid from Cuz bot lane. Excuse me. They're pressuring, but they did not quite sniff out that Jin Zhao was top. I think probably understandable that if he's not bot on Dragon, usually he's on the other side of the map. So they were indeed. He was looking for Rift, and they were able to secure it. Sivir stepping up here, trying to bait out the Fizzar, but she is going to bait out. Hui is going to bait out the Fizzar rather, and Morgana with the arm guard combo again couldn't quite get it done. Fizz does a lot of damage. I don't think that bleed is quite going to be enough. Meanwhile, Darius threatening the dive top. I'm going to walk over the Rumble red carpet just on the way out, but he did successfully bait out the Rumble R. So a lot of fighting here going on with no objectives up. So we got Rumble pushing bot. We've got Cuz mid lane also pushing middle. Or sorry, Cuz bot lane also pushing middle. And we've got some maybe suspect dragons from Jin Zhao. But they do know that Rumble R is down. And they are just going to walk at him. The car is going to keep on driving right into the tier 2 of Cuz top lane. So BW with a nice response there. They're going to lose almost 2 towers mid and probably a tower bot. And I think Jin Zhao just realized that he's overstaying his welcome. Way with the flash forward just to make sure they secure it. And there goes BW's jungler. So very back and forth game again. These obviously 2 very well matched teams. I think Cuz had the better ideas macro wise, but the execution of has just not been there. While BW really just wants to sprint forward at whatever the nearest objective is, and it's really kind of working for them. So maybe a little bit overthinking here by Cub, but I don't blame him. I would do the same thing. We're gonna just clean up a little CS here. Ooh, we did not see that cannon get missed. Don't worry. Thank you, Autocaster. I promise it wasn't me. So we got a little bit of lull in the action here. A little bit of poking going back and forth. Darius trying to pressure the top wave in. Fizz looking for something mid, not gonna find it. And yeah, Rumble realizing he is still very far behind his Darius, and he's just gonna go ahead and ult the wave. So Wave finding an ult on Jinx here. Almost gets it done, but does not realize that there is a little bunny rabbit behind him, and that Ignite should get him to drop. Yeah, so good flank by Fizz here. Morgana with the R stopwatch combo again is not quite going to be enough to deal with the Sivir. We got Jarvan ulting the Fizz on Fizz's way out. And Fizz is just going to walk it off. So now we've got Darius here, the raid boss, along with Jin Zhao, who's pretty good CC. Oh, let's see. If Darius is able to get another auto off, as you can see, he's glowing gold, so he's got all his stacks up. If he auto Rs you, that is going to really hurt. But everyone able to mostly walk away here. Otacon is spawning top, so we've got Jarvan clearing its bot side, Jin Zhao hanging out mid, looking for a little more. They're going to clear the wave. But yeah, I think both teams probably want to be looking top here. Looks like they're just trying to pressure the tower of Ka a little bit more. I think they maybe don't know exactly what they want to be doing here. So we're going to get Hui walking very confidently into some of these bushes. He did just see the Fizz run bot, so probably not too worried there. And they saw the Darius clearing, and you know, they don't see him anymore, so they got to assume that the BW is either on the Otacon or backing. But we do have Jarvan and Hui on Otacon. So Ka, again, first to the objective. Macro looking clean here. Oh, Jarvan was sad that he didn't get the ward. Well, I don't blame him. Hui's the support. Maybe he should be giving the ward gold over, but, you know, he's gold. Jinx is going to check the Otacon with Rocket just to see if anyone's on it. She will find out that they're not on it right at the same time that Darius flashes forward into the Sivir and cleans her up. So we do have a reset here from Jinx. She's not quite fast enough to catch the enemy team, and BW is gonna pressure this wave in. So we'll see if BW can use this pick to get anything going here. They've got 1,000 gold lead here with that Sivir kill. Sivir 8, 2, and 6 now. Massive game for her. You can kind of see where all the action has been. You know, top lane for Darius, and then bot lane for the opposite side for you know, Sivir getting fed here. Well, she's also been roaming around the map. So, anyways, Galio gonna be top with TP. I think maybe looking if they can get anything done here, but okay, Galio is gonna TP in the mid a little late. We're gonna get a dunk from Jarvan. Red team is gonna get the dragon, so BW gets it. We've got one dunk for Darius. Another stopwatch coming in from Ward. Fizz R coming down. Rumble cannot quite get away, and it looks like Galio is just late to the action. He did TP in a little late, in my opinion. He couldn't quite get his R off. Probably, honestly, if he R'd, he was just getting himself killed. So I think he was there more for, you know, mortal support at that point. But a big win for BW here. They're almost increasing their lead by another 1k gold just from that, and they're all about 1,800 gold here. So BW, not quite the hot start I was hoping. It is a fairly bloody game, to be honest, to be fair. But yeah, I think things are gonna look a little bit tough here, unless you're Jin Zhao finding someone in your jungle, and he is taking offense to that, and he's got a very big Darius behind him. Okay, Darius gets the pull. You got a nice E auto WQ combo. There's a Fizz even. Galio's gonna pop the flash. Sivir are helping him get out too, and all of a sudden Fizz finds himself in a bad spot. Stopwatch for Fizz just in case one more auto came down, and Fizz will get away. So very back and forth here. Meanwhile, the Jinx is bottom. I think she's going to be a little late to this fight, and we'll see. Oh, okay, Fizz with the defensive R here. Almost got his recall interrupted. Galio staying with very low health. But they do have a Ocean Dragon helping him heal up a little bit. So, Ka thinks that they can sneak this Otacon here, and by sneak, I mean they're just going to walk up and try and kick it. They know that BW's Fizz got chunked out. You know, they know they got some pretty big ult cooldowns down. So, Ka does have all of their ults up here, except for Sivir. So we'll see if we can get a fight here. Pretty good zoning ult by Rumble here. Jarvan had to walk away from the Otacon, so it is going to go down to BW. Meanwhile, Jinx is excited, so she's going to see if she can do some work here. Sivir in the middle of the action, not quite where she wants to be right now. And we're going to get some cutting from Jinx. Can she do it? Not quite. Okay. Jinx does get a lot of damage off here, though. And I think if this Fizz can get some damage off... Oh, no. Are we looking at a Penta for... No! Someone report that way. He took the Penta. To be fair, there it is. And just like Fizz said, reported. Big play there by Jarvan. Almost gets a Penta at the expense of the Otacon. So, near term, looking really good for Ka. Late term, you know, if this game goes another 10 minutes or so, I think they're gonna start feeling the effects of that Otacon. So we'll see how this goes. big trade there. Again, everyone probably just wants to stay at the top of the map. They've got Baron coming up here. So, oh, Simi no Mas saying no Penta, no skill? Ah, okay, that one, I think that one we can probably safely blame on Wei. Wei's gonna do a little bit of zoning here. Again, feeling confident. We got a lot of CC in that kit. Uh-oh. We've got a Darius sprinting at Rumble, and I think Darius knows he's faster. I also think that was a Jinx R trying to hit Rumble on the way out. Rumble, I think, kind of accepted his death there, just trying to get off all the damage he can, but Darius very big, very fast, and very commanding here in the bot lane. So, I like sending Darius bot here. I don't like sending Fizz bot with Baron spawning. I think you send Darius bot with TP, try to draw the rest of Ka, and then look for a Baron play. So I don't really agree with the macro that I'm seeing, but, you know, maybe it'll work out. Sivir trying to threaten the Fizz a little bit here. If she steps too far, she's going to run into a Darius, and that's not someone you want to be face-checking, but we do see Ka pretty much all on the bottom side of the map here. Like I said, I don't think anyone's really thinking about a Baron play right now. It is pretty early, but anyways, we see a Jinx face-checking this Galio here. She doesn't look as afraid as she should, I think, is what Galio's thinking, because she has a team behind her. Fortunately, Galio also has a team behind him. Morgana's going to pop the R and the stopwatch. Big Jarvan ult coming down here, stopping the Darius from really getting to the backline of Ka. Fizz is going to go in and delete the Wei. We've got Jinx still getting run down. ADC life is indeed rough. Fizz with a great stopwatch after putting his Bleed and Ignite on there. And it is just a absolute bloodbath. 2 people left on each side. I think I like the Galio-Sivir combo a little better, unless we get a good face check here. But Jin Zhao Darius looking a little bit afraid. Yeah, see, I think everyone wants each other to kind of face check. Uh-oh, and I think Sivir may have found herself caught out here. One more auto. Wow, Darius can't get the last auto off. That is tragic. Oh, he's going to get it anyways, though. Okay, okay. So big bleed damage there from Darius. Unfortunately for Darius, Jin Zhao completely abandoned him in favor of the objective. And I can't say that I blame him. Darius is going to do Darius things, you know. Luckily, Galio did hang out with the Sivir, and he's going to get the return kill and the wave shoved in. So, I think everyone probably knows where Jin Zhao is right now. Will that matter is the next question. And it will. It turns out that Ka was not ready for him to go sneak that dragon. So I think it's a win for BW. Again, crazy game again. BW had a big gold lead, and then the gold lead went down, and now they're at about 1,000 gold lead. So very back and forth here. I would hope that the focus of both teams here is at the top side of the map with Baron coming up. So we'll see how things go here. Gold wise, Rumble having a bit of a rough time here, which I get it. You know, especially with Darius having all of his magic resist now. Pretty tough. BW really trying to set up a bot lane play here. I don't love this with Baron being up, especially now that you've spotted out Jin Zhao down here, clearing that ward. So BW really trying to make a play on Rumble. I think they're thinking, you know, if they can open up the map a little bit, they'll be able to maybe get another tower out of this, or perhaps threaten Baron with Rumble dead. But I like Ka's macro positioning better here. They've got Sivir sitting behind that real thick Jarvan, and they're starting to look at Baron, and here they go. Instant flash out of the Jarvan R, Sivir R from Darius. He was not quite ready for that speed boost, and I don't know Jinx is going to be ready for this Jarvan. That is some really balanced damaging, it looks like, from the Jarvan. It's a very fed Jarvan EQing onto the Jinx, and she's going to get caught. We have a Galio with his Frozen Heart completed, walking into the Darius. Darius will definitely win this 1v1 long term, but will we get to long term? Galio's team is around, and he's going to try... Oh my god, Galio is going to be able to ult out. Will Galio bleed down? Not quite, it looks like. So Galio, great escape there after seeing Darius use his E and having no CC that will stop him from ulting out. So again, crazy back and forth game here. A lot of action. Oh no. Now we have Jin Zhao and Jarvan engaging on each other at the same time. Galio did not back and reset, but we did have Darius manage to get in here. So Morgana again with the R stopwatch combo. It went a little bit better that time. And yeah, Darius is just going to get popped. So this Sivir is doing a lot of damage along with the Rumble. Jinx are going to come in, not going to do too much. Fizz trying to assassinate the way and not quite going to get there. Just out of range. Rumble dropping the red carpet just to make sure that Fizz went down. And looks like Cuz Macro's finally going to help them out here. Jinx a little bit of no man's land trying to push these waves in, but you know, she had a tough time. She got caught by Jarvan earlier, so tough time all around, really. Unless your name's Sivir or Darius, this is a pretty all back and forth tough game for you. Or Jarvan, I guess. But he was having a bad tough game because he got a penta stolen. So, or you know, skillfully did not get the penta, however you want to say it. All right, so luckily Jinx took the tower there and is gonna get excited. But she's not quite happy anymore now that the rest of Ka, instead of immediately backing, walked from Baron to behind her. So she did, you know, I don't think she's worth a shutdown. I think her getting that tier 2 gold, I mean, it's 700 gold at least. So that is a very big gold injection for Jinx, and there's no objectives up. So I don't think I blame her for doing that. I think it's probably a pretty good play. Jitao gonna walk top, grab red buff. Minute and a half till dragon spawns. We probably got 45 seconds till anyone really needs to pay too much attention. Darius gonna shove out top. He does have TP, so we'll see if that comes into play here. Galio also has TP, but last time Galio TP'd, it did not work out too well for the team. So it'll be interesting to see exactly you know, what kind of macro plays we make here. If it was me, you can't ignore the dragon if you're Ka, because this is the soul. So this is going to be a tough one. You can send Galio top to push while your team, you know, kind of tiptoes around Dragon. BW, again, looking on the opposite side of where I'd prefer them to be for a play. They're even getting caught out by that plant. So Xin Zhao is a very fast boy, and he's going to sprint into the wrong bush. I think, yeah, they do not know that Ka is here, and Ka is going to take advantage of that. So big pick for Ka on the BW jungler here. 30 seconds before Dragon spawns with Baron. I think if I'm Ka, I split up here. You know, they've got BW has one less person to defend now. But, oh, Fizz, do you want to be in here? Fizz is going to pop the stopwatch to try and say, oh, that is a lot of ults coming down. But Fizz is going to do Fizz things and just troll pull out of there. Galio now maybe on the wrong side of this wall. He is a very thick void. He's got a lot of damage behind him, but the damage behind him is on the other side of the wall. And that very fed Jarvan is not nearby. He is walking towards the drag, so I think we might have Rumble Jarvan trying to pick up this drag. But it is going to leave 3 of these Ka teammates a little bit on an island here. So it is an island with Baron, so it's a pretty good looking island to be fair. But we've got a very angry Darius. Sadly, does not have Flash. He also doesn't have a Stride Breaker to try and close that gap a little bit. So looks like Ka is going to forego the Baron push to try and keep BW from getting the Soul Dragon. Wait getting very lucky that missed. Good fear. Good AoE damage, and wow, that is a very fast, very damaging Sivir. Sivir on 3.5 items here, and showing it. Is Jarvan going to go over the wall? Yeah. Oh, and the dunk. Okay. He shows Darius that Darius is not the only one in this game with a dunk. And even though Darius is very fed, Jarvan is also very, very fed. Great QW there by way to put up some more damage. But this Jarvan is just not taking damage. That is wild. We are seeing just how fed the 14 and 5 and 19 Jarvan is. Galio walks the Fizzar into his Sivir. I don't think that was quite according to the script. And Fizz is gonna make it out. He is a little trapped here. And Rumble, Rumble's just gonna end that right now. So they do have Baroned up minions for another. No, they don't. They don't have any more Baroned up minions, but they do have 2 inhibitors here now. So a little bit of an awkward spot. They were able to. Ka was able to prevent BW from getting Soul. Kind of stalled out their Baron push. You know, I think they were a little split there. I think they didn't quite have the full vision down as far as. I think they could have pushed more with Baron, gotten the bottom inhib earlier, and then fallen back to drag. But nonetheless, it worked out. They're going to see themselves with a 6k gold advantage. Again, crazy, wild back and forth game. But I think we're about to start seeing BW falling off. You know, Darius, not a late game champ. Xin Zhao, not a late game champ. Fizz, even not really a late game champ. I mean, yeah, assassins can still one-shot late game, but, you know, Sivir's almost going to be one-shotting as fast as Fizz at this point. So it's going to be an uphill battle here for BW. You know, I don't think they've got quite the one-on-one or 2v2 power they had before, especially with how fed Sivir and Jarvan are. So I think if you're BW at this point, you're turning into peel mode. You know, you are trying to get your 3.5 item Jinx a reset, and not phase check a bush like this if Jin's out. So luckily, his R is putting a lot of work here, keeping him immune from that Rumble R. But we do have a Jarvan on top of a Jinx, and that is going to be a big dunk. And this might be the end of the game here. Fizz with a great peeling R there. Sivir's just going to tank the damage. Morgana R stopwatch coming in again. Fizz is going to see if he can pop the Sivir. Can't quite get the bleed, and I think this might be the game. Fizz was trying to be a hero there, take out the wave clear from on the side of Cub, but we've now got a very lonely, very power-crept Darius here, and I think that is going to be the end of Game 2 and the end of the series. We got GG's coming through in chat. I'm going to pad the stats a little bit. We padded the damage stats a little bit, but... Okay, so really close game again. Again, we see Jarvan coming to chat asking for another report on the support for stealing the Penta. Yeah, crazy game here, really. Let's try to see if I can pull up some stats here. I don't think we need that anymore. All right, so as you can see, Sivir really putting in a lot of work. For as fed as Jarvan was, just couldn't quite keep up in the damage department to Sivir. I mean, you got the boomerangs popping off, you know, bouncing all over the place in the team fights. So, way damage is wild. That champ is crazy. I never like seeing that champ, you know, when I'm playing support or mid lane. I mean, the damage is crazy, the wave clear is crazy, the CC is crazy. Just definitely a 2025 champ there. I know he was released last year, I think, but still. You know, Rumble didn't quite pop off, but, you know, he's doing his job at the end of the day. Drop the Leandries on people, you know, slow everyone down, kind of follow up on the Jarvan Rs. You know, really, this is basically best case scenario for Ka here. You know, Jarvan got fed, so he can EQR in, put everyone in this big circle. You've got your fed Sivir sitting behind you, popping off, and you've got AoE damage and CC from Galio Rumble away. So, like I said, really good. I think a really good comp here from Ka. I think they executed about as well as they could. BW did get rolling pretty well in the early game, like they needed to. Maybe could have skirmished a little bit more, but you know, like I said, they just got power crept a little too much with. It was kind of just ended up being a champion diff. You know, Darius did great early game, couldn't quite keep his lead. You know, couldn't quite be the threat late game that, you know, Darius just can't really be ever late game, unless you're face checking like Sivir found out the one time. But again, you know, kind of a one-off. So Jin Zhao got power crept. You know, I thought did as well as he could early game, really objective focus. But you know, you never want to be a Jin Zhao with 3.5 items staring down the barrel of you know, 5.5 item Sivir. So you know, Jinx couldn't quite get the resets she needed. Again, it was very pick-oriented comp, not so much, you know, Ka had their comp really circle-based, so put everyone in a circle, try and kill everyone in the circle. You know, it seemed more like BW's comp was a little more pick-based, and we kind of got Jinx here. You know, I think Jinx is a comfort pick for Brain Crane, I think, and maybe more of like late-game insurance. Unfortunately, it couldn't quite get late-game enough. You know, maybe another 5 minutes there farming super minions, and she can finish another item or two. It looks like she did not go Ruins this game. Didn't quite like how it felt last game. I don't blame her either way. You know, I don't really play ADC, so I don't have too much critique on that. Anyways, but and then Vic J's Truther, you know, I thought had some pretty good looks with Morg. I don't think they ever quite came to fruition. It was a really tough comp with Ka. You know, they were really able to kite in and out of her R, I think. And like I said, you know, this was more of a pick comp anyways. So went for picks, got a good chunk of them, but the game, you know, I think once we got to 25, 30 minutes, Ka was able to just kind of run away with it. So anyways, seeing some comments in chat here. Yeah, people just talking back and forth a little bit. But anyways, it was a great series. I thought both games were very good games until maybe the 25-minute mark or something. I actually don't know. I'm pretty sure if I start clicking on other stuff, I'm not going to see anything. Oh, thanks. We get a vision check. All right, vision score definitely in the favor of Hui. Not as many control wards as I like to see on either support. Shujin's out with the 7 control wards. He's my MVP just for that. Sivir with 6. Wow. Even though control wards don't do damage, Sivir bought 6 of them. Okay. That's, what is that? 450 gold right there for Sivir. Okay. I mean, she, you know what? She did well, so she can do whatever she wants with her gold, as far as I'm concerned. 4,200 ally shielding from Hui with only 1 shielding ability, I think, is pretty wild. But yeah, great series overall. I'll probably end the stream there. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hopefully everyone's happy about how the games went. I think both teams can be pretty happy with the efforts they put in. First 20-25 minutes of both games, definitely a toss up, back and forth, very very strongly. So great effort by both teams. We're gonna get a 2-0 from Cub, but I didn't update it. Pretend it says 2-0 up here. I'll end the stream there. Have a great night, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.